Welcome back to the Real League. Yeah. Today we're gonna be doing reviewing the Bleacher Report. Every NBA team's most underrated player. Like a few players come to mind when I think of underrated. You know, Dame. I'm just playing. I'm playing. There was like a whole time where everybody thought Dame was underrated, even though bro was going to like the playoffs every single season, carrying the team. But no, there's a few like definitely these two guys in like the front cover or the first picture. Definitely, Looney helped that Warriors team. Williams helped that Boston team, especially defensively. But first team, you got the Atlanta Hawks. I'm gonna guess and say it's I don't know. Big O. Oh no, it's not. It's John Collins. Wow. I actually thought it was gonna be Aneka Okongwu. Yeah, I call him Big O because I'm not saying all those words. But I guess John Collins is underrated because they don't really care about his value at all. Like they've literally let him know like, hey, if a trade goes on, you're gone, buddy. So I believe that. Okay, all right, I like that one. That's not a bad one, but it's not like okay. Next team, I think it is. Oh, the Celtics. Oh, Robert Williams. Okay, Robert Williams. Okay. I could see that. I could definitely see that. In the playoffs, he kind of showed that he was valuable, especially with like every game he sat out. Like at the beginning, every game that he missed, they lost, and then every game he was playing, they won. So you can already tell, he's not or you should realize that he's not. You shouldn't underrate him no more. That's what I'm trying to say. You shouldn't underrate him no more. But at the same time, if like a casual person was watching, or like someone that's like don't watch the Celtics as much as like others do, you'd be like, who is Robert Williams and why is he such an important factor? I like that one. Next, after the Celtics, who is it? Is it Hornets? Oh, it's the Brooklyn Nets. I'm tripping. Nick Claxton. I'm not even gonna try to guess these because, bro, I don't even know my ABCs, bro. I forgot them. Don't blame me, bro. I forgot them. But no, the Brooklyn Nets, Nick Claxton. Um, I don't know if that's who I'll go with. Oh dang, never mind. That's who you have to go with. I mean, even though everybody underrates Ben Simmons' skills, I think he's become underrated, like an all-star underrated player. Because he gonna give it to you defensively. I hope he didn't forget like how to play basketball like that. But yeah, he's definitely, I think, underrated. I don't think Nick Claxton is under or overrated. I think he's like fine where he's at. We saw him last year miss multiple free throws in the playoffs. So yeah, I think next is the Hornets. PJ Washington. I've been on the PJ Washington train for a minute, man. Bro was really that three ball for him was really hitting, man. I promise you. And the same thing with him and John Collins. He's not as big of a name as John Collins because John Collins is dang near an all-star. PJ Washington, bro, like, are we gonna forget like how like he's good? I promise you, like he's good. They just like he don't get the spotlight no more because you had guys like Miles Bridges and LaMelo on the team, so now you're like gone. He's kind of like gone, left in the shadow. But yeah, he's definitely underrated. I really think he's a real like a real 3-point threat in my opinion. Like he could really hit that shot. Io. Io. Oh man, I think this might sound a little crazy, but I think Javonte Green is the most underrated player for them. I believe he is. Because he's just like a random person that they had, and he was actually decent. Even though if you played Prize Picks, do not take the over on his points or his threes. Even his threes be at 0.5. Don't take the over on those. I promise you. But I think Javonte Green. I mean, Io came out and had a really good rookie team, a rookie season. Dang. which bro was really hooping. So I think he could be a factor. He's most likely going to be replacing Kobe White, as it seems that they're trying to get rid of Kobe White. But yeah, he's, I guess, underrated, even though he's only been in the league for one season. Ricky Rubio, bro, I can testify. I don't know why, but like Ricky Rubio is somebody that I'm like bro, like I would want a Ricky Rubio on my team. Like, I'm a Lakers fan. I would want Ricky Rubio to be backing up Russell. I would want him to be taking over Russell Westbrook's starting spot. Bro is like a point god. Like, when it comes to assists, Ricky can find the man. Ricky, like anything like that, bro is he gonna hoop. He gonna put his heart out there, bro. And he can really run he's a floor general. So yeah, definitely that Ricky Rubio acquisition. Hey, bro, I just graduated like 2 years ago, bro. Give me a break. But no, that Ricky Rubio pickup, chef's kiss, bro. They already had him on the team for like majority of the season last year. He tore his, I think, ACL. I'm pretty sure. I want to say. Got Karis LeVert in the trade, and then was able to bring him back. So that's like a big plus. But yeah, Ricky Rubio, man, great pickup. Now the Dallas Mavericks, Maxi Kleber. Yep. Bro showed that he's underrated. Like, no one knew the Mavericks could beat the Suns and teams like that, man. Like, he literally showed up against the Jazz. Him and everybody says that it was just Jalen Brunson, but Maxi Kleber was really showing that, like, Rudy Gobert can't play in the playoffs type stuff. So, really, that's really a good underrated pick. Zeke Naji. I guess that's who you have to go with the Nuggets. He's someone that that's who you have to go with the Nuggets. No one really knows like his ceiling. He shot the ball really well his rookie and sophomore season, hitting the 40% and stuff like that. So like, yeah, he has to be their underrated player. And then Sadiq Bey for the Detroit Pistons. That boy Sadiq about to become a 20-point per game scorer. I promise you, 20 points per game. Bro is literally the legit like prototype 3-and-D, bro. He's perfect. He's so perfect for that Pistons team, and he's very underrated because obviously no one's sitting there watching Pistons games unless you're a Pistons fan. But yeah, he's really like a great 3-and-D player, bro. Like they said, look, say it right here, 3-and-D, bro. Like if I had to be like a lower level, or I could see Sadiq maybe hitting like that Klay Thompson role for the Pistons. I'm being so serious. Okay, next team, Kevon Looney, big guy, but nah, Kevon's the guy. Bro came out there and I think it was 20 rebounds in a game of the playoffs, and no one knew he could do that. There was like nights where he wasn't even playing because he was getting cooked, and then he came out, helped them low-key win a championship, which is really cool. He's underrated because no one knew that he could do that. And he showed his value and everything. He would be like the underrated player on the Warriors. Houston Rockets, Alfred Sengun. Bro, I think he could be like the next Jokic, bro. It really could be like the next Jokic, and I don't think they understand that. I don't think the Rockets can comprehend like that is a type of player build now, But he's definitely underrated. But I really hope he starts getting his time, especially with them picking up Jabari. I hope they run him maybe at like the center, Jabari at the 4, and then so forth with the rest of the rotation. But I think he should really be getting some minutes next year, and really showcase why he's probably the best playmaker on the Rockets, even for him being the center. But he probably is the best playmaker on the Rockets. Next team, we got the Pacers with Jalen Smith. Jalen Smith went to the Pacers and looked like a top 10 pick. Like, he looked like he got picked. Like, the way he was hooping should have been like, it is. I don't even know what to say. Jalen Smith was really hooping, man, when he got to the Pacers. He's very underrated. I really think he could. He could play that. The Pacers were talking about him playing the 4. He could play the 4. You know, you still have Miles Turner on the team, so yeah. So have him playing the 4, being a starter and getting some really good minutes. Jalen Smith is going to exceed. I promise you. But yeah, he's very underrated, especially with the Phoenix Suns. Also, you know, he was really hooping on them with them and had them as the best team in the conference. The Los Angeles Clippers, Terrence Mann. For the Clippers to have no real ball, I guess no one guy that they are going to run through their offense type player, Terrence Mann really didn't step up like how you expected him. So it's like he's not underrated, but he's not overrated. He's like level, you know. People know about Terrence Mann, but people don't. Like, he's not showing that he could be, you know. I don't know what you know. I wouldn't call him the most underrated player on that team. I think Luke Kennard was probably the most underrated player on the team, especially with the 3-ball. That one was burning people. Lakers, you got Thomas Bryant. Who? I don't think I go with Thomas Bryant. I think I go. Oh, you know, this is my team, so it's like I gotta dissect it, you know. But underrated, bro. This is a hard question. But I think Lonnie Walker. Yeah. I think Lonnie Walker might come out here, even though, you know, the advanced stats say Lonnie Walker was the worst defensive player behind Trae Young. I really think Lonnie Walker might have a little sneaky good season this year. Definitely. Brandon Clark. Oh, yeah, I've been saying that. I think Brandon Clark should have been getting a lot more minutes than he was getting in the playoffs and in the regular season. They're really, playing him. Bro's a bona fide hooper. I really like Brandon Clark for the most underrated player. Definitely. Max Strus. He's underrated, man. I don't want to say he's underrated because after that playoff series against the Celtics, people realize he's not underrated. That boy was hitting deep threes on Tatum and Brown and Smart. He was cooking them. So I don't think he's underrated no more. But I think I think he actually might be a little overrated, you know. Especially with him playing in the playoffs, he might be a little overrated. But I like that one. He's definitely a great player that came out of nowhere. Milwaukee Bucks, Javon Carter. Yeah, Javon Carter, I feel has always been he gonna get after, you know. And I really think the Bucks could have used that, especially against the Celtics. But yeah, obviously the Bucks didn't use that as their advantage for having him. But yeah, he's definitely their underrated player that no one even really knows about. But yeah, I know about you, Javon. You don't gotta worry about it, big bro. Jaden McDaniels. Oh yeah, definitely. Even in 2K, I feel he's underrated because I'll use the Timberwolves to play my friends or something, and I'm using Jaden McDaniels to do all this crazy stuff, and obviously 2K has him as a 70 something, so he's not really doing anything. But Jaden McDaniels, bro, I'm glad they got to keep him because he's gonna be a big factor in that whole organization sooner or later. Herb is underrated to the people that don't know about him, but I feel to me he's overrated because that's all I talk about. All I talk about is Herb Jones. Herb Jones is Herb this, Herb that. Bro, my guy is a bona fide Alabama superstar. You know what I mean? Them Alabama boys is different, bro. I've been trying to tell people, man. But he got that dog in him. He's really an underrated player when it comes to the whole Pelicans organization as a whole. You got Zion, Ingram, CJ. I guess he would even be more underrated than Jose Alvarado. Might be the same as him, I guess, underrated. But they showed out in that playoffs. Obi Toppin. The New York Knicks are just holding on to this bro. He should have been playing. Obi Toppin definitely underrated. Definitely underrated. But I think the same thing is a lot of the younger players on the Knicks are underrated because Tom doesn't really play them. Kenrich, Williams. Oh yeah, bro was a bucket. Bro was a dog. Bro get after it, bro. I saw that when he was freaking playing the Lakers, and he got after Westbrook and them. Like they made us. He made us look terrible. Definitely an underrated player. Definitely. And then Wendell Carter Jr. for the Magic. I think I go Markel. I think I go Markel for an underrated player. I don't think I go Wendell because Wendell was still like a 10-10 player, you know? Really good, really good. My fault if you can hear the thunder in the background. It's storming here. The 76ers. The Anthony Melton. This was a great this was a great pickup for the 76ers during the draft. The Anthony Melton, like a very good backup point guard. You know, he showed up with the Grizzlies. That's why the Grizzlies did so good this season. They had him backing up Ja. But yeah, he's real good. Underrated, I would say yes, because no one even knows what he brings. And everybody thought the 76ers getting rid of their draft pick for Anthony Melton was dumb. But I like that. Cameron. I say Cameron Johnson is only underrated, or not underrated because he's older. So the reason he is underrated is because he's older, and you know, not a lot of people have like a draw to him because of that issue. But definitely bro. Every time I run, hey, I need players like Cam Johnson on my league whenever I make it and stuff like that. Bro's a bona fide hooper, bro. Josh Hart, Trailblazers. I don't think Josh Hart's underrated at all. I think Josh Hart is overrated, and like overrated as can be. Because I remember before we got 80, we was talking about just sending Josh Hart and literally Brandon Ingram, and people really thought Josh Hart was like the defining factor. I mean, I think he's to a certain extent, people still have the idea that he's like a real like. He's going to be a 20-point per game player, and then he get boards? What? Boy, young Russell Westbrook. He's not. He's definitely like a good. I don't even think I say starter. I think I say backup. But I think he's overrated. That's not a good one. But for the Trailblazers, I'll probably go underrated. That's a hard one because the Trailblazers have such a crazy young team. I don't know. I keep it Josh Hart just to keep it Josh Hart. Don't change it, you know. Sacramento Kings, Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is not underrated or overrated. Bro is just on the Kings. He's just on the Kings. There's nothing you can do about it. If I had to say a player that's on the Kings that's underrated, I would probably go Rashawn Holmes. That's definitely who I'm going. Bro was making AD look little. Real little. I'm going with Rashawn Holmes over Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes got the contract, you know, to prove that he wasn't underrated. Yeah, Pertol. Underrated? I wouldn't say underrated. But I guess you can say the underrated thing for like the same reason of John Collins. Just every time a trade comes up, Jakob's in it. So, yeah, I guess I understand. Chris Bosh. I'm glad the Raptors re-signed him, bro. I would hate to be playing against him, bro. Bro, link, bro. But underrated, yeah. A lot of people don't know about Chris. I remember when he was like a real backup, like not even a backup, like a third string player, and now he's coming, you know, flourishing a little bit, you know, coming out that shadow. I like it, underrated. Patrick Beverley's not underrated or over. He's overrated. Because bro think he averaged 20 points per game. I'm playing. Nah. If you had to pick a player off the Jazz, I think I'd go Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I think he's way more underrated than Patrick. Personally, Nickeil just hasn't been given that. I mean, besides on like the Pelicans, he hasn't. I want to see Nickeil try again, like get that little bit of like, you know, starter minute, or like not even starter minutes, like get a bit of minutes. But Patrick Beverley, you know he's going to bring defense. You know he's going to bring that energy. So neither. Daniel Gafford. I think Daniel Gafford, because who else plays for the Wizards, bro? You got rid of Thomas Bryant for Daniel Gafford basically, and Porzingis. So yeah, that's what that is. But that's the end of the list. All 30 teams. Some of these were questionable. Some of these were good. But if you're watching this, I appreciate it. Don't forget to like. You can subscribe. If you mess, I got a lot more content coming. So go ahead and sub if you want. No, you have no choice but to sub. I'm playing. Don't take me serious. But like if you want. I appreciate it. Peace.